Good afternoon. I'm Shane Lewis from the Elephant Trunk, a packing expert. I love to travel. Anytime I get a chance, I leave town and try to leave as much as I can. One of the main things that will help you in travels is planning. You really need to plan about your trip. And not so much where your destination, your hotel, but don't forget about planning to pack your bag. How do you pack your bag? What do you want to pack? And then don't forget the house. You know, how do you get your house ready before you go traveling? And it's so many things that I like to bring up to people that they just don't think about. Stop the mail, stop the paper. Make sure that somebody's walking through your house and checking on it while you're traveling. It might be as simple as somebody comes through every 3 days just to make sure you don't have a water leak or something that is not supposed to be. But we also set timers in our house, and a lot of times the timers will come on before it's dark. So nobody will really understand or know when the timer came on. And we do a lot of different timers. Some of them only come on the first 2 days, and then they don't come on again until maybe the last 3 days. And it looks like somebody's in your house. So make sure you prepare while you're traveling. Here in the store, we do a little packing demonstration occasionally, and I do a brochure. The brochure just talks about TSA, how to prepare your house, what do you want to make sure you travel with. And then this is a couple of bags that I do travel with quite often. My wife and I, we've traveled multiple times in both this bag and this tote for 4 days or more. And being these bags, they are carry-on size. The tote fits underneath the seat. It's always my space. My space will never be taken from me, and that's underneath the seat in front of your feet. And I like to put anything important in here. Any electronics, if they turn on, tune in, plug in, it goes in this bag. If I need any medicine for travel, high blood pressure, whatever your medicine might be, it also goes in this bag, so it's never taken from you. A carry-on can be door or gate checked if the airplane is full, so you want to be prepared that they may take this bag from you. So in that case, you want to make sure you have your luggage tags on the suitcase while you're traveling and they're filled out properly. If you will, please never, ever, ever put your house number or street number on a luggage tag. It's extremely dangerous. And the reason why, if I was a baggage handler and I see this bag and you're going to Europe and I see the little Europe tag on it, I know you're gone for 10 days. Well, if you put the street number, house number on it, I don't need any more information to go and rummage in your house. And you have neat things that I know I'm going to want. So make sure you don't do that. Make it difficult for the thieves to come and shop your place. So, not saying anything's going to happen, just you want to prepare for all aspects of a trip and be prepared. I like to point out here that I lock my bag. So when I go through security, my wallet, my phone, my keys, everything go in the suitcase, and then I lock it. TSA has fired many, many employees for stealing product out of people's bags. It's extremely dangerous. And so when we go through security, we put all our valuables in this suitcase. A cell phone is the #1 stolen item now while you're traveling. It holds more data than any other item that you might have that you're traveling with. You know, my cell phone has my mom and my dad and my wife's phone number, and it has addresses and all kinds of stuff like birthdays and anniversaries, very important things to me, but it's all the things needed for a thief to produce identity theft. So you want to protect yourself while you're traveling, also against TSA. They're supposed to be safe. They all go through background checks. Just protect your items. So I put a lock on it. This is a TSA approved lock, so if it does have to get checked downstairs, they can open it up with a little keyhole. This lock happens to have a green window or a red window. So if anybody uses the key to open it up, it turns red and allows me to see immediately somebody's been in my suitcase. All right, the fun stuff. What do you pack in a bag before you travel? There's lots of things that's important to me. And the first thing I want to pull out here is a money belt, either around the waist or around the neck. I always use around the waist. My wife always uses around the neck. When we travel, we split our money. She takes half, I take the other half. We always travel with cash, no matter where we go or what we do. We went to Oshkosh this year. We took cash. And you know, each person has to determine what's comfortable for them. But it's what I call my get out of jail money. If I lose my wallet, how do I get home? If I lose or have an issue with a credit card, How do I buy dinner? It's be prepared while you're traveling. Other things I put in my money belt is I'll put a little list of the credit cards that we carry. And the last 4 digits of the card number, international collect, 1-800 numbers do not work when you leave the country, so you want to make sure you're prepared there. But otherwise, if I lose a credit card, I look at my wife and I say, honey, what card? I just lost my Visa. Who do I call? She says, I don't know, it's your card. So be prepared, pull a little list out, and you can just say, oh, okay, pull out your phone, and it's done. We do make a color copy of our passport. Color copies are the only thing that will aid you in coming back if there's an issue. And that color copy goes in the tote, and I just kind of forget about it. If your bag is ever searched, this is the identification you will find in your suitcase. If that's the case, you have to make sure you look over your bag, look inside the bag, because once you leave the airport, you can no longer make a claim. So you have to make sure to do that before you leave. Self-addressed envelope, back to myself, in case there's anything in this bag that's deemed unsafe for flight. I'm going to put it in an envelope and go mail it. I don't want to lose my $60 bottle of cologne that I say is 3.5 ounces or 3.8 ounces, and they say, no, I'm sorry, sir, that's 6 ounces. Well, I want to keep my product, so I put it in there. While you're traveling, make sure you have a set of lightweight shoes. This is great to wear these through security on the airplane if you don't want to wear your regular shoes. I highly recommend that you do not take your shoes off on an airplane. It's extremely dirty, but also if that airplane would have an issue and you have to evacuate the airplane, you're prepared with rubber soles and some way to protect your feet while you're running around. And this is my actual tote, my actual product that I do travel with. First off, I like to recommend to pack a pillow and blanket. Very compact, fits in the tote, blows up, is very comfortable. This is a typical 311 bag. This is what I would carry, which is typical to what I would use. This is my wife's. We try to exist for 3 days. The first 3 days we have enough shampoo, conditioner, toothpaste, deodorant for the first 3 days. Beyond that, we buy. And it's really fun while you're overseas trying to go to a little convenience store or a little market and figure out what is deodorant, what is shampoo, what is this. It's just a really fun little trip while we're out traveling. But my wife's even been pulled out of line for liquid lipstick. Ma'am, that's a heightened security day. You know, we need that to go in your 311 bag, not a problem. For everything else that's in this tote, it's in a bag, so it's not laid all over the TSA table that's dirty. This is a way to stay a little more sanitary. So your comb, hairbrush, any electrical items, tissues, earplugs, all that fun stuff is now in a bag, so it's nice and contained. And for hygiene, pack your own toilet paper. You never know when you may need this. It's incredible how many times we've actually used it. Smash it down, pull the roll out, put it in a plastic bag so it stays nice and clean, and then just put it in your suitcase and forget about it. Another thing that I normally have in my bag is a lot of toilet seat covers, just in case you may need it. This is a fun little item. It's called pop-ups. It's about a teaspoon of water creates a washcloth. So in a lot of places, they don't provide washcloths. This is a way that you're able to freshen up a little bit while you're traveling, or use it in the shower. Teaspoon of water. It's a really, really neat little item. Standard water bottle, water or water fountain, and now you have a washcloth. It's biodegradable, so it does dissolve, but it works great. We have the female Go Girl, which is a very popular item in the store. This is a female funnel, so you ladies can stand up and urinate just like us guys. And the airplane lavatories, if you've ever looked down, the floor is wet. Why? Well, that's because some guys peed all over the place. This is a way that you're able to be more sanitary while you're traveling. This is called a packing folder. Believe it or not, it's got the first 8 days of my shirts in my suitcase for the least amount of wrinkles while I'm traveling. And it's a great little item. It's all from the Eagle Creek packet system, and I love their product. Look at this. I could put it on right now and you'd have no idea that it's been in a suitcase for a long time. And it's perfect. Now, if you need to freshen up a shirt, I have a product here called Wrinkle Whiz. It's a great little product. It removes wrinkles. It also will freshen up a shirt, so if you have to wear it more than once, you just spray it on, rub the wrinkles out, and you're good to go. And then the board goes on top. You fold everything back together. Goes into the suitcase. We'll talk about a few things here after I empty the bag. I know I'm moving fast here, but I just want to show you the bottom of the bag here. First thing, for our undergarments, underwear, socks, whatever we need to take, we pack it in a bag. If this bag would go through TSA security and they need to search it, I want to make sure that all those blue gloves are not fondling my nice clean underwear and socks. So my wife gets the big one, I get the small one. This here is called a packet folder. I have 2 more pair of pants, actually 3 pair of pants. Then on the other side, it's a moist wet pocket with plastic lined and another pair of blue jeans. So I typically wear my clothes, or not my clothes, but my blue jeans twice. So in this bag, I have 12 days worth of bottoms in this suitcase. Okay, in my suitcase, I pack the khakis and other pants in the bottom. I used to put my shoes in the bottom of the suitcase. I no longer do that. And the reason why, TSA said if you'd put your shoes on top, now the x-ray can go through all the clothes, the shoes, and we can better see what's in the bottom of your suitcase. So I just put my pants in the bottom. What I try to do is I fold the rear ends together so there's wrinkles in the back but not on the front. I try to keep this as flat as possible as I'm packing it in a suitcase to eliminate wrinkles. And we put this in, and then I alternate. So I'll put one pair in one direction, flatten out all the wrinkles, and then I put another pair out the other direction. And then you need to build what I call the C's. In both sides, you have to make a rounded area before you fold the pants in, and that keeps the wrinkles down. So this item here is nice and wide and C. So if I would just fold the pants over, it's a crease. So now it's a nice and wide area. Put our undergarments in. Just like that. Okay. This is called a compression sleeve. What do you do with all the smelly clothes in your suitcase? Well, if you're like millions of other travelers, you smell just like your dirty clothes after 2 or 3 days. Well, I put them in a compression bag, and what that does, it locks in all the smells so they do not transfer into my clean suitcase. So, you know, if I'm in a multiple day hotel trip, a week long, and every night I'm in a different hotel, every time I close that bag up, those smells transfer into my other clothes. So the little bear represents dirty shirts or underwear, socks, clothing. You can fill it right up to the very top. You zip it back up. And then it's got one-way check valves in the bottom. And you squeeze all the air out. And what that's doing, it's going to make a vacuum bag. Now, that wet bathing suit, any of those dirty clothes, those smells are transferred and locked into this suitcase or into this compression bag, so those smells don't transfer. Well, that's the end of my little demonstration for packing. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us at the Elephant Trunk. We're all experts and we're happy to help you. Thank you.